Let's sit here and listen to me talk about how I feel about grief today. Yay! I'm just kidding. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, boys and girls. Probably girls. I don't know. Let's sit here and listen to me talk about how I feel about grief today. Yay! I'm just kidding. It's like it's a mixture of things because so for me personally, when I'm talking about grief, I think about it in terms of the actual loss of family members that deeply affect the traditions that I used to have slash don't have. Ooh, ooh, it's too early in this video. I already feel my throat getting a little. Hold on, let me get my emotional support animal. One thing about it, when I start feeling some stuff, I'm gonna drink some water because we gonna take this down. Hold on. Ooh wee, ooh wee. One thing I said I won't do is cry on these people internet. I'll talk, but I ain't crying on here. Okay, anyways, so the holidays really it just reminds me, and I won't say reminds me because to me the grief that I feel about my life and about things that happened in my life or things that happened in my life or things that have not happened, it's on my mind on a daily basis. It just slams harder whenever the holidays come around. Um so like I was saying, for me sometimes I'll think about how as a 32-year-old woman right now, I did not I had a total different view of what my life would look like family wise when I was younger. Personally, like within my smaller circle, I thought I was gonna be married with some kids, child. And honestly, that's not uncommon. I feel like a lot of people think that. Um, and there are no rings. So there are no kids. Okay. Like I just that yeah, that just didn't happen. So that's one thing. But then I'm like, even to take it back, I thought I would at least have had a man. Like, what? Now I say that lightly because when it comes to a man, baby, I that's gonna be a separate video about how I feel about men. I really hate to generalize, but men or I never want to be in a position where I feel like my grief overwhelms me so much that I end up with somebody who can make my life worse. You know what I mean? But that's a separate video. But all that to say, I still thought that I would be in a really good place when it came to all of that. And then outside of the family that I would create myself, I thought that my family life that I grew up in, I thought that would look a lot different. Biggest thing for me is my mom passing. We're gonna take a pause because I'm not about to cry. Okay, that's like if somebody was to ask me what's like your biggest thing that you feel like has ever wrecked your life, that would be my answer every time. Every time, you hear me? It's literally been 10 years now. 10 years and 2 months. He passed on October 4th, 2015, and it is December 5th, 2025. And to this day, like to this day, I feel like I still don't have a grip on that. Like that's crazy to me. You know, sometimes like, well, you know how people will say like, oh, grief has its stages and oh, time heals and everything's get better. Da 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 da. Shut up, talking to me right now. Because all y'all that was telling me that back then, oh, just hold on, you're so strong. Da, 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 da. Shut up. Y'all liars. It doesn't get better. You learn how to operate around it. You know, your life is different forever at that point. Um, and then, you just learn how to live with it. But to say that it gets easier or that maybe you get over it in a sense, not for me, child. I don't know what y'all be talking about. Not for me, not at all. So when I think about holidays always remind me like, okay, dang, that was my that was my like my mother. I'm gonna say mother because if I say mama, that sounds too personal. So I'm gonna say mother to keep myself from choking up. My mother was literally the center of my life. Cause like growing up, I was the only child, had siblings with my daddy, but you know how that go. Like y'all siblings, but y'all ain't cool like that. Daddy in and out. He came when he wanted. He left most of the time. So I know the man, but do we have a relationship? Absolutely not. So it was me and my mama. Like going together always. You see me, you literally see her every time. Um, so whenever whenever she passed, then it was like, oh, it went from being to I was so good. Like I when I growing up, I didn't have an issue being the only child. I had friends, I always did stuff. I was always involved in stuff. I never felt this sense of loneliness at all. And plus I had my girl, like I was cool. I was good. But then all of a sudden when she passed, it was like, oh, hold on, girl, you don't got nobody. Like, sure, you got family, you got a few cousins here and there, but that's not the same. I'm talking about my family, my inner, my house is gone at that point. Because and like so whenever she passed, I was very quickly reminded, like, oh girl, you by yourself. Like you by yourself, sis. This is crazy. You don't got no siblings, you don't got no parents. Like it's just you. And I sat in that for I want to say I sat like in the past tense because I still sit in that sometimes, but um that's like so hard to sit in. And it's like thankfully I don't want to shy away from this, but thankfully I have really really amazing friends and they don't even know the extent of how much they keep me like out of I feel like how deep into the sadness I could be. Because even though I struggle with this so hard, I know it could be worse. I know it could be. So like I'm super grateful for them because they definitely they definitely keep me afloat in ways they don't even know or understand. It's just so frustrating, I think. And then also another thing that I think that I'm fighting, which I don't know, I don't really want to name it jealousy, but then I'm like, am I lying to myself? Is it really jealousy? I don't know. But it's like when I look at other people and like their families and they're so, close knit and they're doing all these things, it's like, wow. It's almost abnormal to me because I'm like, you really always have like your foundation and you always have something to lean on. If something happens, there's somebody who's going to be concerned first of all, and then also be there. And if they can't be there, at least they're concerned. In my case, it's like when something happened, 9 out of 10 I'm gonna call a friend, but then I'm probably not. Like I might just handle it and then I'll probably talk about it later because there's nobody deeply affected by the things that happen in my life. Is how I feel. I could be wrong. I don't know. But it just you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a different thing. And I understand that I'm thinking about like perfect picture families. I understand that everybody has their own thing. Everybody's family is not as ideal as I'm making it out to be. I get that. But this is my story, okay? Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm dealing with grief. I'm dealing with rejection from people that are very much on this earth who clearly don't want to be in my life for their own reasons because it's not me. Um, because and I say that not because like to act a certain way, but because it's been a thing since I was a child. So I'm like, I know it's not me. Um, so it's like rejection from that, rejection from God because I'm like, dang, you really left me out here to fend for myself. Why would you do that? That's not crazy. That's crazy to me. But then also like I know better to go too far. Like I'm never gonna go too far in that thought to where I start like dismissing God or completely trying to like ride off of the faith. I'm not that bold. I'm not that bold. So, but yeah, I don't know. At this point, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore for real. I thought that at a point, like I know that the reality of it obviously is never gonna change. Like what happened is what happened. But I just thought that at some point the feeling would be less intense. And as the years go by, at year 10, I don't find that the feelings are that much like weaker. I don't know. And sometimes I'm like, is it getting worse? Am I going crazy? It's like the little things that you don't necessarily think about at the time. Because like at the beginning, you're thinking about the fact that oh, like they're not there, and oh, sometimes I'll still want to pick up my phone and call. It's like, girl, you can't call them. Like they're not here no more. And then it goes into your life is continuing, and then it's like you feel like you're supposed to you never lose the urge to share the things with them no matter how long they've been gone. Something could happen literally today that's big to me and I'll have a split second and be like that should have been something I should be able to tell my mama, but I can't. That's crazy. Or it'll be something as simple as being on social media, and then like you see people have like really great relationships, or even in real life, like you see people have really great relationships with their mom, and it's conflicting because it's like I'm not mad that you have a good relationship with your mother at all. Like that's definitely not what it is. But for some reason it's like that there's a piece in me that's always like feels like it's like a knife twist. Like, dang, that like why like hello? God,
Hello.
hey, why didn't you why is it that why is it that this is me talking to God, like why is it that you thought that these people needed to grow up into their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s with their parent or parents completely. But then for me, at the ripe age of, did I just turn 22? Just turned 23? One of them. At that ripe age, you was like, all right, you're good. You're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and take her now. It's like, what? No, sirree. I don't agree. I don't agree with you. And I think that's crazy to talk to God like that and be like, I don't agree with you. But that's just me being honest. Like I don't. I'm just like, why? Why? I spent so long just being pissed. Like right now, I think I'm more settling into the fact that I truly just cannot sit up here and argue with God and be like, you made a mistake because he's God. Like, of course he didn't make a mistake. But I'm in the phase right now where I'm trying to learn to just lead into like, listen, I do what I do because I'm God. You are my child. Act that way. Be still, sit, listen, and understand that I got you regardless. Even if it looks absolutely horrible, even if you feel like you're by yourself, there's scripture all through the Bible that literally tells you that you're never by yourself. Yet that's the one thing that I'm battling the absolute most. So I'm like, okay, I know that this is like valid feelings, but I know that also this is not what God want me to be. So I'm trying to work through that. Maybe I need to go back to therapy, child. I don't know. Maybe I need to read the word more. I don't know. But that's just where I'm at. I say that to so anyways, with that being said, that's like one side of grief that weighs heavily, and then and yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of here. And then once I get off the family aspect and then of the people that I'm missing, then the actual placement in life comes to mind when I'm talking about um job wise, goals, finances. It's just not where I expected it to be right now. I thought things would be a lot different considering the path that I took felt really promising and it did not turn out that way. Like it did not. And I don't know. It's like maybe that's another part of the grief. It's like, oh, a feeling of regret of like, dang, should I have chosen this field? Should I have done this? But I felt so led at the time and I felt so sure about the decisions that I made educationally and all these things. And I, job wise, like I'm doing a job that I really prayed for at the time. But then also this very job is hindering me and not pushing me to where I want to be. And it's like, oh my gosh, what am I doing with myself? Truly. And I hate to keep bringing up age, but unfortunately, age definitely puts a thing on it because it's like you don't like your job. Well, I don't say I don't like it. You don't love your job. You're not 100% where you want to be in life. Your finances are not where you want them to be. You haven't reached the goals that you plan for yourself at this point. You're striving, but it's just like it's hard not to be it's hard not to be tough on yourself. You know what I'm saying? It just started raining and I'm trying to like not leave yet. I want to finish this video, but I say this to say usually I just make videos talking and I just make the video in my car and then I go about my day and I never watch the video back. But I decided that maybe me sharing more of how I feel outside of my head might help me in some kind of way, shape, or form. I don't know. Or at the very least, maybe it could get to somebody who also feels the same way so that you know that you're definitely not going crazy and you're definitely not by yourself. One thing I know TikTok and social media gets like a bad rep sometimes because of it kind of ruins connections and stuff like that. But honestly, there's so many times where I watch videos where people are talking about grief or the things that they're missing or how they feel about life. And it has truly helped me just to simply feel like I'm not by myself, even if I don't know those people. So if at the bare minimum it does that, then okay, then I guess we did something. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not even in a space where I want to talk about like, oh, 2026, I'm going to do this and da da da, and plan that and goals, goals, goals. I really don't even want to do that, to be honest. Like, I just want to be okay, genuinely, not fake it. And I don't know. Like, I would like some things to change. Like, of course, I'm looking forward to a time where I might, be able to create the family that I'm seeking. And I know I've been talking about, I know at the beginning I was talking about like with a man and stuff, but honestly, that's not the only like type of family I'm talking about. I'm definitely building my life around the people that I meet, friends and all that. And I'm grateful for it, and I want to continue to build the friendships and deepen the relationships that I already have. If I meet more friends along the way, excellent. I want to be able to what's the word I'm looking for? Um I don't know. I just want to. I just want to make sure that I'm really being intentional and um appreciating the relationships that I do have, despite the fact that it might look a little different from what I expected. I don't want it to come across as like I'm downplaying the friends that I do have, because I am not. Because I know good friends are hard to come by. So no. Um, but yeah, I really want to get in a place with God where I learn to trust Him more, to lean in more, to spend more time, to catch less attitudes when I'm reading the Word. Because sometimes I be reading stuff and like I read something the other day in the God Shaped Brain book, and he was talking about basically feeling like is God punishing me, or is he basically is he punishing me for something that I did? Like, why is my life like this? And he was like, what if this whole time God is crying with you? And I'm like, crying with me? Why would you be crying with me when you could change the situation like that? Huh? Like, you're God. Do it for me. But at the same time, I understand that's not how it works. He has his plan. He has his whole thing mapped out. And even if it feels bad to me, it doesn't mean that it's bad for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to sit in that. And that's honestly more, I think, more important to me than a lot of the stuff that I say that I want, like materially, is that word? That's more important. Like, I really need to get my mind and my heart and my soul grounded. And I feel like everything else that I'm worried about is going to fall into place. So, I think it'll make my relationships better with the people around me. I think it'll make my mindset better. I think it'll help me to be more confident in going towards my goals. And then also, I think it'll help me to feel the love of God more than feeling the rejection that I think I created in my head from the things that has happened throughout my life. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if you relate to this, or if it helped you, or if you got anything to say. Y'all know what to do. This is YouTube. Y'all been watching YouTube for a while, I'm sure. I know I've been on YouTube for a minute, but I haven't posted. Actually, I posted one video one time and I absolutely hated it, so I put it on private. So this is gonna be like my first video for real. So y'all know what to do. I'm trying to be on here and I'm trying to really talk to y'all. So subscribe, like it, comment, hello, do all the things. We gotta go because it's drizzling, and if I get caught in this rain, I'll be mad. So, all right, guys, thank you.